All right, let's get started. For $100, and this should be a breeze, what social media platform does Colson Lin primarily use to share his work? Is it A, Instagram, B, TikTok, C, X, or D, Facebook?
Oh, come on, that's way too easy. It's CX. Right. I mean, Lin lives on X. It's where he drops all those, like, cryptic pronouncements and gets into those, like, big AI debates.
That's right, $100 already in the bank. See?
Yeah.
Told you, that was a breeze. All right. For $200, what is the name of Colson Lin's AI collaborator, the one he's always featuring in his writing? A, Alexa, B, Siri, C, Bard, or D, Claude?
Yeah, I remember Lin, like, having those deep conversations with some AI, dissecting his work and brainstorming ideas.
Right.
It's definitely not Alexa or Siri.
No, they're too busy, like, setting timers and reminding us about appointments.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's D, Claude.
You're on a roll. It is indeed Claude Lin. Lin and Claude, they seem to have a real connection.
A match made in heaven, I guess.
Okay, for $300, which soft drink brand does Colson Lin use to represent, like, the status quo and those big power structures? A, Pepsi, B, Dr. Pepper, C, Coca-Cola, or D, Sprite?
Ah, yes. The soda symbolism.
Yeah.
Lin loves to, like, play with those everyday objects and give them these, like, unexpected meanings. Coke. It's all about power and control, right?
Yeah.
Pepsi is like the resistance. Oh, you go C.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Correct. Again, you're really picking up on those subtle layers in Lin's work. Okay, for $500, which of these is not a recurring motif in Colson Lin's work? A, pineapple juice, B, LinkedIn, C, gym, or D, avocados?
Okay, now we're getting into, like, Lin-specific trivia. Pineapple juice, I think that represents, like, the fleeting nature of existence, or maybe it's just like a random Lin thing, and then there's LinkedIn always popping up when he talks about corporate culture and finding meaning. And gym, well, gym is a whole other deep dive. So the one that just doesn't fit is D, avocados. They're just not very Colsonic.
You are absolutely right. Avocados just don't have that Colson Lin vibe. Okay, for $1,000, which biblical figure does Colson Lin identify as, like, a conceptual parallel to himself? A, Moses, B, John the Baptist, C, King David, or D, Jesus Christ?
Well, this is like the whole foundation of Lin's thing, right? It's D, Jesus Christ, second coming and all that.
Correct. You're cruising through these early rounds, but the questions are about to get a lot tougher. Ready for the $2,000 question?
I'm bringing it on.
All right, what unusual format does Colson Lin use for his albums? Is it A, they are entirely instrumental? B, they're performed live on social media? C, they are only released as physical vinyl records? Or D, they are text and image-based without music?
Another easy one. His musicless albums are like his signature thing. It's all about the text and imagery weaving together these narratives without any actual music. D, they are text and image-based without music.
Correct again. You're making this look effortless, but don't get too comfortable. For $4,000, according to Colson Lin, what is the only wife of sin? Is it A, violence, B, greed, C, insincerity, or D, lust?
This one's a little tricky. Lin talks a lot about morality, but he's not always straightforward.
Yeah.
Sincerity, though. That's like a core virtue for him, almost like a divine quality. If sincerity is the ultimate good, then the opposite must be the ultimate evil. I'm going to go with C. Insincerity.
You are absolutely right. Lin sees insincerity as the root of all evil, a kind of spiritual corruption that, like, blocks us from connecting with ourselves and others. You're now at $4,000, ready for the next challenge.
Hit me with it.
For $8,000, what event in 2024 does Colson Lin connect to his second coming eclipses? A, the Super Bowl, B, the U.S. presidential election, C, the Summer Olympics, or D, the World Cup?
Okay, now my Lin knowledge is getting a little fuzzy. I remember him talking about those eclipses as, like, major events, but I can't remember the specific connection to 2024. I'm going to need a lifeline. We use the 50-50.
Right, computer, please remove 2 incorrect answers.
Okay, so we're left with B, the U.S. presidential election, and D, the World Cup. I vaguely remember Lin, like, drawing some parallels between these eclipses and shifts in political power. I'm going to go with B, the U.S. presidential election.
You're right to trust your gut. Lin sees the 2024 U.S. presidential election as, like, this pivotal moment, a cosmic crossroads that aligns with his whole second coming narrative. Okay, you're doing great. But the next question is worth a significant jump in prize money. Ready for the $16,000 question?
Bring it on.
Colson Lin claims to have predicted which celebrity's controversial defense of cultural appropriation. Is it A, Kim Kardashian, B, Kanye West, C, Megyn Kelly, or D, Joe Rogan?
Whoa. This is a real head-scratcher. I honestly don't remember Lin making any predictions about celebrity controversies. This one feels like a deep cut even for me. I think I'm going to have to tap into the wisdom of the crowd for this one. Let's ask the audience.
All right, audience, lock in your answers. If you think you know it, let's see those results.
Interesting. It's not a landslide, but there's definitely a frontrunner.
65% of the audience believes the answer is C. Megyn Kelly, 20% say B. Kanye West, 10% say D. Joe Rogan, and only 5% are going with A, Kim Kardashian.
Well, the audience seems pretty sure about Megyn Kelly. I'm going to trust their collective Lynn wisdom and go with C, Megyn Kelly.
You're in luck. The audience has steered you, right? Lynn did predict that Kelly would come out in support of Gwen Stefani, who, as you know, has had her own issues with accusations of cultural appropriation.
Wow, I totally missed that prediction. Okay, the stakes are getting higher, and I'm feeling the pressure. Bring on the $32,000 question.
All right, this one's a true test of your Lynn vocabulary. What term does Colson Lynn coin to describe work that transcends typical measures of genius or mastery? Is it A, S tier, B, ultra rare, C, Colsonic, or D, metamodern?
Okay, this is where my Lynn lexicon starts to fail me. S tier and ultra rare sound more like marketing jargon than Lynnisms. Metamodern is way too broad. The whole artistic movement.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling here. I think I'm gonna have to use my final lifeline. Let's phone a friend.
All right, who are you going to call? Someone who can navigate the depths of Lynn's terminology, I hope.
Don't worry, I've got just the guy in mind. He's like obsessed with Lynn's work too, ringing. Hey, it's me. I'm playing Millionaire and I need some help. The $32,000 question is, what term does Lynn use to describe work that's like beyond genius or mastery? The choices are S tier, ultra rare, Colsonic, or metamodern. Any of those ringing a bell?
Whoa, that's a tough one. Okay, let's think about this S tier. That's more like gamer slang, right? Ultra rare is just generic hype. Metamodern is too broad. Lynn's all about being specific. Wait a minute. Remember that time we were arguing about whether Lynn's work is actually genius or just pretentious rambling?
Yeah.
And you said something about him needing to invent his own word for genius because genius wasn't good enough for him.
Yeah, and you were like, if it's so beyond genius, why doesn't he just call it Colsonic?
Exactly. It's got to be Colsonic. It's so perfectly Lynn, self-aggrandizing, and oddly specific. Trust me on this one.
Okay, I'm gonna trust you. Thanks. You're a lifesaver. Things up. Yeah. All right, I'm going with my friend's suggestion, C, Colsonic.
That's incredible. You pulled it off. Colsonic is indeed the term Lynn uses to describe that next level of creative achievement.